Hi Sag! I'm going to be doing a self-love tarot reading. These are general readings. If they don't resonate with you this week, come back next week. Maybe I can help you then. These are self-love readings designed for Spirit to showcase areas where we might be letting ourselves down. That happens sometimes, you know? We just put ourselves in the back burner. Or areas where Spirit says we can be more authentic with ourselves. Self-love is about self-acceptance, and it's hard to accept parts of ourselves that we're not willing to acknowledge. I do a 6-card spread, Sag, and then I do the 7th card is from Spirit message. Alright, I shuffled a little bit before, but that should be good. Let's get started. In this first position, Sag, it's going to be something that's, it's going to be where you are or how you feel right now. In this second position, it's going to be something that Spirit wants you to prioritize, you know? In the third position, it's going to be an area where you might think to yourself, I'll deal with that thing later. But Spirit's like, deal with it now. Deal with it now. In the fourth position, it's going to be something Spirit wants you to acknowledge to be more authentic with yourself. In the fifth position, it's going to be something that Spirit wants you to let go of. This sixth position is going to be something Spirit wants you to acknowledge. And the seventh position, like I said, is going to be Spirit message. Let's get started, Sag. In this first position, I love it. We have Death and Rebirth, which is very Leo, Sag, Aries energy. We have this Death of Rebirth. Look at that. Look at, she's just bursting up as a phoenix. The thing about becoming a phoenix, though, is that you have to die first. So, Sag, you might be coming through this time period where you felt like, damn, everything was awful. But now that you're feeling better, like you do feel better, because you're that phoenix, right? So the phoenix has to burst into flames. The phoenix has to die. But then they rise, and there's like the saying, you know, that you're better. But really the phoenix just comes back like the same. It's just a phoenix. So let's see. In the second position, something Spirit wants you to prioritize, nice, Sag, is this material abundance. It says success at the top. This is one of my only cards that has actual pentacles in it. So for me, this is telling you, Sag, that you might be coming out of this area or this time where you felt like you weren't doing very well, or the word loser comes to mind. You're not a loser, but we might have been feeling like one, right? That happens sometimes. I feel like a loser all the time. But the universe is saying, like, you know, whatever is coming, it really wants you to focus on this material success next. The universe hardly ever says that. Oh, nice. Maybe something you haven't been dealing with. Maybe something you want to deal with. Maybe something you want to get started, but like haven't put time and effort into it. And Spirit is saying, this is the perfect time to put time and effort into this thing. Do it now. Spirit is saying, prioritize this Ace of Cups, Sag. Aw, look at that. Look at the rainbow just bursting through, right? That's love and light, babe. So I get the sense that right now Spirit is saying that, you know, you came through this sense of like things not being well, but Spirit's going to have you prioritize success and love. That's why the rebirth. That's why maybe things weren't going that great. And now you're coming into this period where things are going to get better. In the position of something Spirit wants you to showcase, acknowledge about yourself to be more authentic with who you are. We have the 5 of Pentacles. And it says, worry. Sagittarius, what are you worried about? You're my special fire sign. What could possibly have you worried? It could be you that you're worried still about this death. The death that did happen, or the death that is happening now. But what I'm seeing here is not that you should be worried. What Spirit wants you to let go of is this Princess of Cups. Huh. That's interesting. The Princess of Cups implies to me some kind of curiosity. But because she's the Princess of Cups, it implies to me curiosity about love, or curiosity about emotions. There could be something that you were trying to look into, and Spirit's like, not that one. Not that one. In this position of something that Spirit wants you to acknowledge, Sag. Wow. Wow. I love this card. This is my Queen of Cups. Okay. I love this. Now, in the traditional tarot deck, it's always the Queen of Pentacles that reminds me of the Empress. But in this deck, the Queen of Cups reminds me of the Empress. They're very, very different, but I will explain it to you. Okay? The Queen of Cups is, to me, the most mature, emotionally, spiritually, physically, of all of the queens. And the reason I feel this way is because if you look, she is fully reflected in the water here. Okay? Water in the tarot is designed, or is an indication of emotions. This card to me says that this queen has gone inside and she's done all of the work to figure out what she wants, what's in her heart space, what's going to make her happy, where can she put her energy, how can she grow, how can she help others grow. She has gone inside and she has done all of the work, all of the shadow work, all of the integration, everything that was necessary for her to become, who she is. In this deck, I don't have anyone else who is fully reflected in the water like she is. The universe is telling me, Sag, that you are somebody who is like really in touch with your emotions. That you've probably gone through and did a lot of your shadow work. You might not have known it, but basically shadow work is just addressing all of the things about you that you don't like yourself. I don't like that sometimes I'm judgmental. I don't like that sometimes I'm snappy. I don't like that sometimes, I drink too much or whatever. You just looked at yourself and you said, yes, these things are part of me. I don't like the way they are right now. I'm going to address it. I'm going to change it. And I'm going to accept the parts of me that I do like. And I think that's amazing. And I think that's why you get to have this rebirth. I really do. Because if you hadn't have integrated, if you hadn't have done all these things, you would just be repeating the same lessons. So for me, this overall right here is what I'm getting. The sense of is that you've actually completed a lesson and you passed the test. But whatever the test was left you feeling stripped, left you feeling lost, left you feeling like you were missing out on something, left you feeling the death before the rebirth, okay? But Spirit is saying that you aren't going through the death anymore. The death has ended and that they want you to move on and focus on your material success and love. But that right now you're in this place where you're probably still a little bit worried, you could be either burning in the fire, in the Phoenix fire, you could be burning now, or you could be just smoldering still and being scared that you're never going to stop burning. But the universe is saying, acknowledge that you feel like that. Acknowledge your sense of worry. And then let it go. The emotions that you have right now, they are pure, okay? This could just be feeling sad, feeling neglected, feeling left out, feeling like whatever happened was awful and it really hurt. But the universe is saying is those feelings that you have, you need to let go of those. Because they're baby feelings. That's why it's the princess. Because if we look over just a little bit further, you're actually a queen. You think that you're a princess and you think you have all these little tiny feelings, but no, you're a queen. And you are fully a queen. Not just a queen in training or I'm going to be queen one day. You're fully a queen. And the universe is saying to you in spirit message, the Two of Swords. There's still stuff that you're not dealing with. And that's fine because right now I just think that you're going through this reintegrating, rebirthing stage, right? But it does say peace up here. So this could be a different interpretation. What I usually think is she's backed herself to this lake, and so nobody can approach her from behind, but the lake is also indicative of feelings that she's not dealing with, and then she has the swords up that's protecting her, but it's really keeping her from moving forward. So right now it could be that you're in this place where you feel like you need to be protected, and that's fair too because you came through this death. I think all of this is fair. Everything that I'm seeing is fair, but also everything that I'm seeing is moving forward in a good direction. Let's see. So we said the universe right now is indicating that you're in this death and rebirth cycle. Scorpio. You could be seeing omens. Now, omens are different to different people. I would never have thought of a bird as an omen, seeing multiple birds. But here we have the omen card, and it does have birds on it. I think more of numerology. So when I see 1111, I always make a wish. Or when I see 711, I always think okay, well that's new beginnings, but thinking your way through new beginnings. So I was trying to like put extra effort and intention into what I was thinking about when I saw those numbers. But those omens are going to be your indication that this time period is coming to an end. As I said it was 10. Oh, I was 10:01. I thought it was 10:10. This is perception, though, okay? So Spirit is indicating that it's your perception of these events that might be wrong, or might be skewed, or just might not be, like, you're not taking things in the right way. Because if, like, right now you're coming through the rebirth, like, if you've already done the death and you've been done dead, but you still like, feel like you're burning, you have to let go of that worry, right? Because things are going to move forward. But if you don't let go of that worry, you'll smolder for longer. Universe says you need to focus right now. What you need to prioritize is this material success. Now, you could be a teacher, or maybe that success involves teaching, but kind of what I feel like is right now the universe is teaching you the lesson of gaining material success, or even just prioritizing it. It could be in the past that maybe you weren't, or maybe in the past you were prioritizing like the wrong ways of getting money. I personally think that I have a working theory that it's our relationship to ourself that leads to material abundance, which would be really messed up and weird. Reunion of Souls. Okay. So when I see this card, I don't think Twin Flame or Soulmate or anything like that. This is my Horcrux card. If you don't know what a Horcrux is, I'm about to tell you. A Horcrux is an inanimate or animate object that you stash part of your soul in. We talk about it in self-love. We're talking about reestablishing patterns. So as we grow up, we learn to do whatever we have to do to survive, and usually that is just giving away energy, giving away love, and not getting anything back. Or just learning to receive and not give. Or only learning to receive and not give back, right? So when we talk about the reunion of souls, what we're actually talking about is those pieces of yourself that you've been giving away for years coming back to you through redirecting our habits, re-establishing habits. Universe says that something that you haven't been focusing on, that they really want you to focus on, putting more time and effort and energy into, is this Ace of Cups. There is like new love for you. The ace doesn't always have to indicate new. It is just a love opportunity. This could be an opportunity to love yourself more, honestly. And I only think that because of the perception check here and this reunion of souls. Well, if you haven't had all of your soul together, integrated into one part in a long time, it might take a little bit of loving and some Elmer's glue to, condense all that back into one piece. Yeah, okay. So see, this kind of indicates to me that might be true too, is this duality card. Because over the Ace of Cups, duality could be our perception of love. It could just be that we are perceiving that, we're not getting any, but because we're not giving any. Or because, like I said, with this self-love, this could be this duality, that we have to give love to get love. And to get love, we have to receive love. I don't know if we've done the 2-cup analogy, but like, you have a cup or an emotional battery or an emotional cup, and when your partner comes home at the end of the day, you both had stressful days. This could go one of two ways. You can say, oh, my day was so stressful, how was yours? And then in that way, you pour a little bit of your emotional, juice into their cup, and then they say, oh, my day was so stressful. Let's get into our comfy clothes, put on some Netflix, and we'll talk about it. And then they pour, and then in that way, you both have very equal cups. Or it could go the other way, where you had a stressful day, your partner had a stressful day, you come home, and you're stressed out, and your partner's like, how was your day? And you're just like, can you just leave me alone for 5.5 freaking seconds? And then no one's cup is getting poured into. And that's not very healthy. So the idea of duality, what I mean here is that, like, you're not pouring into your own cup, and they're not pouring into your cup. Or you're not pouring into your cup, and no one else is pouring into your cup. So with the sense of duality, universe wants you to focus on giving and receiving love. That's what I'm trying to say. With this 5 of Pentacles, universe is saying they want you to acknowledge this worry. If you're worried about something, just, be honest with how you feel about it. You might find that once you've said it out loud that it's so stupid. You ever had that conversation with somebody, you just been like, I've just been thinking this thing, and then you say it out loud, and as you're saying it, you realize it's stupid, and then they don't immediately respond because you know that they're thinking that whatever you just said was stupid because you realize that it was stupid, and then they go, hey, and then you're like, yeah, I can see how now that, like, that might not be true. Like, maybe that thing was stupid. Yeah. It helps. changes, okay? Maybe in the past you're the kind of person who doesn't acknowledge your worry or doesn't seek out help, and the universe is saying this is a good time for that. Creativity, okay? When we relearn patterns, it's hard at first, you know, because you've been doing something the same day or same way every day your entire life. So imagine like, what is the very, very first thing you do in the morning? So I roll over, I turn off my alarm, and then I get up and I go to the bathroom. Every morning, I have a mouth guard, I have to take that out. Sometimes I forget, and then I'm halfway through my chores, and I'm just like, oh crap, my mouth guard. So like, let's say every single morning, you get up out of bed, you check your phone, and then you go to the bathroom. But one morning, for whatever the reason, you don't go to the bathroom. And then instead you go out and you make your cup of tea, and then you start doing stuff, and then you realize halfway through that you forgot to go to the bathroom, so then you go to the bathroom, but then it sets your time off for things, and then it's all just kind of weird, right? So we've been doing the same thing, the same pattern of behavior for years and years and years, and then now universe is like, hey, change your behavior, and you're going to be like, what? What? You know, it's going to be difficult because you didn't learn that way. And so they're giving you the sign of creativity because you're going to have to be creative. If you're not the kind of person who shares your feelings or worries, and now the universe is like, hey, there's people around you who are also suffering, and it would be beneficial to them if you were to share your suffering with them so that they could feel like they're not alone, and you're like, what? Oh, no. Spirit obviously didn't go to my house, because in my house we didn't do things like that. Okay, well, now we have to relearn. This Princess of Cups, universe is saying they want you to get rid of these little feelings. So if you're going through this sense of death and rebirth, then it's entirely possible that you still feel like things are going bad. And universe is saying, like, get rid of those lower vibrational feelings, because what's really coming to you is like unlimited possibilities, Sag. Unlimited possibilities. Oh, I'm getting rained on. I have to scoot over a little bit. And divine timing. So these feelings that you have about this sense of death and rebirth, like, they're valid feelings, obviously, because it's something that you're going through. But when you finally realize that, you know, that it's just feelings, that that you're no longer in that fire, and that you're actually coming out of that fire. And so now you're into this rebirth section. That's just going to be a small trigger. Like, you're going to just be sitting there and you're going to be like, oh, everything's so terrible, so bad, blah, blah, blah. And then one tiny little thing will happen to be like, oh, wow, actually everything's great. So right now you're in this, you know, I don't know, like, low vibrational mind space. And it's not your fault. This is just what's been happening to you, okay? Like, it's just what's been happening to you. The Spirit is really saying to focus and prioritize other things that are going to lead you out of that mindset. Because you did so much of your integration, Sagittarius. I'm so bad at it. I'm so bad. Sorry. Okay. You did your integration. You did the work. I know that you did, because you showed up as the Queen of Pentacles, or the Queen of Cups. Okay, you're not the Princess or the Knight. You're the Queen. And look at her. She's fully reflected. I feel like this is just like a message about, like, relaxing. Like, really just taking the time and space to, like, come back into yourself, to get comfortable, to refocus on your goals, realignment. I feel like this is. And the reason I feel like that is because, look, we have the ancient wisdom. Oh my gosh, if I haven't given you the tree speech, let me give it to you now. So, a tree is a tree is a tree. If I plant an elm tree out in my yard, there's nothing I can do to change that tree into something else, unless I unplant it and plant like a palm tree. If I plant an elm tree in my yard, no matter how it grows, it's going to be an elm tree. You are that elm tree, my example, right? No matter how you grow, Sag, you're still going to be Sagittarius. If I put you out in my yard, you're still going to be Sagittarius. If I put you in the forest, you're still going to be Sagittarius. If I put you on a cliff where there's too much wind and your trunk gets, like, super bent over and you only grow leaves on, like, one side, you're still Sagittarius. The trees, or the ancient wisdom that I get from trees, is that no matter what happens, no matter what you go through, you're still going to be you, okay? And so you don't have to be scared. You don't have to worry. And let's just say that you learn this perception and you integrate all of these things and you become successful. And, okay, so let's just be really honest right now that success is scary. It is, okay? Like, becoming who you're supposed to be is scary. But let's say you went through all of these trials and all of these tribulations, you're feeling some type of way. Universe is just saying to you right now that you are not a different person. Yes, you went through a death. Yeah, you died. You did. It was probably an ego death, and it probably hurt, and it probably was really uncomfortable, and you probably didn't really like it. The universe is saying that you needed to do that. That was the part of yourself that you were integrating. And you were not Sagittarius just because you went through all that. You are still you. I love that card, and I love that you got it over the Queen of Cups. It just tells me that you're someone I should be a friend with. Like, I should find you and be friends with you, because these are the kinds of people I want in my life. I want people in my life who know who they are. And like right now, Sag, you might not be right there, but you are there. You are there. You're like a grown-ass woman or a grown-ass person. This person in this spread is like 95 years old. You know who you are. When someone comes to you and they're like, did you know that you're like, you know, silly? And you're going to be like, yeah, I did know that actually. And they're not like September 23rd of like 2015. I am silly, and I have integrated that into myself, and you cannot shame me for it, because that is part of who I am. But if they come to you and they're like, did you know that you're like stupid? So you're going to be like, actually, I decided on December 13th of 2019 that I am not stupid, so thank you for telling me who I am, but actually, I am fully aware of who I am. I am Sagittarius. No one can tell you shit about you because you already know, and that's fucking beautiful. That's beautiful. That is self-love. That's self-definition. You don't need other people. Okay, but it was a struggle, right? And that's fair. It was a struggle because it was a death. You literally died. Universe says they gave you this Two of Swords. It does say peace at the top, but like when I usually think about it, I don't actually think about peace when I think about it. I always think about avoidance, and that just could be me internalizing what the card means, because I'm very adept at avoiding things. I'm just checking my cards to make sure they're all in the right order. Sorry. So let's see. Universe says you have this Two of Swords energy right now because you're healing, right? And that's totally fair. That's totally fair. It's totally fair if you were raw, you know, if you died and you had to come back from dead, or back from the dead. I don't know if you've ever seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but she did it like 3 times, and it's never pretty. Like, she's a gorgeous person. She's a great actress. Michelle Gellar is beautiful. Was it Michelle Gellar? I think so, but not anymore, right? It's Prince. Michelle Prince. But anyway, oh no, it's Sarah Michelle Gellar. Sorry. That's not right either, is it? Oh my god, how do I forget this? But I know that oh no! Spike is James Marsters, and Alyssa Hannigan, and Xander Harris is Brendan something. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to rewatch it. I haven't watched it in like a year, but I've seen it like 7 times. So the whole idea basically is that Buffy, gorgeous. She's super strong. She's completely capable. She is amazing. She's not highly integrated, and you can see that as the show goes, because she talks about herself as like cookie dough Buffy, and that's great too. You can be cookie dough and it's fine. But anyway, the point is that you died and it was creepy, and now you had to come back, and it's not easy. There are representations of this in media. That was my point. But unlike Buffy, you're healing. She just kind of actually got worse every time she died. It was really messed up. It's a trope about like heroines, like, cause we can't have a actual life and be your heroine at the same time. Whereas hero, not only does he have an actual life, he has a secret identity, and he gets the girl. But a girl hero, she dies a lot. Actually, they kill her like as many times as they possibly can. It's really fucked up. Have you ever read Uglies, Pretties, and Specials? It's the same thing, but I'm gonna move on because that's like a sensitive topic for me, and I could get like really, really into that. So, we're on this journey towards peace. That is what the universe is saying, okay? That Two of Swords, we're going to take that as at face value from what the universe is saying, and saying that you are coming into a state of peace. It's going to be healing, and it's going to be an inner journey, okay? Sag, if somebody comes up to you and says, oh, do you not know that you're not moving forward? You can tell them, actually, I'm fully integrated, and I realize that I'm not moving forward, sir. I'm moving inward, okay? So, Sag, this looks really good to me. I would like to give you some sort of, you know, like, self-love advice, but what I'm seeing is that you've actually come through that. You don't really need that right now. So just a quick recap. What the universe is saying to me is that you've been through a death. You've experienced it, and it wasn't very comfortable. And because of that, you're still in this worried area, like, am I always going to be dying? And that's fair. The universe does showcase that worry, like, honestly. We are all role models of the universe, and if you are going through something, somebody nearby is going through it too. And you showcasing that can help them feel more authentic with themselves, as well as with you. If you feel like you can't be in this worrying energy around people, we need to look at those patterns of beliefs. My email address is in the box below, and my Instagram is there too. You can hit me up. So the universe is saying you went through this death, and now you're coming out of this death, and you're just still kind of raw. And that's fair. But they want you to focus on your success, your material success, which I don't get very much from the universe. So I think it's just their way of saying, you know, take your mind off the death. Focus on success and any inklings of love that you might have. This Ace of Cups came out, and to me that indicates more of like an inner love, self-love. So, but like, you know, focus on sharing love with yourself and love with other people. And try not to, get stuck in this sense of like you died, okay? Because universe is saying the death was super necessary for you to be fully integrated with yourself. And I see that right now. I also see that universe is promising you some peace, okay? This integration, it might not take that long. You'll come to that realization in divine timing. You will. But then it's going to bring with it this sense of peace, okay? Sag, I really hope that helped, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.